Hi everybody, welcome to the lesson on the anatomy of a neuron. For some of you, this is going to be a review. For others, it's new. But for everybody, it is required psych content. This is most certainly going to show up on the AP exam. So we're going to start drawing the neuron by making a leaf-like structure, similar to what you may have done as an elementary student. But you're going to leave this part open because we're going to have other parts of the neuron shooting off of that. This part right here is called the soma. Soma, the prefix, means body. So anytime you see soma, it refers to the body. So in psych, for example, we have somatoform disorders. And those are things that where your brain impacts your body, like hysterical blindness, for example. But this here is the body of the neuron. In the middle, you have the nucleus. Shooting off the points are the receptor sites, which are called dendrites. They just shoot off like this. It is extremely helpful psychologically to use different colors, because then that tells the brain this is something different, something new. So you can fill in any colors you like for the different parts, as long as you've got all the parts on your paper. Just color these in. And these here are the dendrites, as I said, and they are receptor sites for the neurotransmitters, which are the messengers of the nervous system. They allow us to do things like feel hunger, pain, they impact our mood, things like that. Shooting off the body of the neurotransmitter, the neuron, the body here, is the axon. So the axon is where the message shoots off and eventually gets to another neuron. So on the axon, it is encased in this fatty tissue known as the myelin sheath. And the myelin sheath enables a smooth movement of the message, whatever that message happens to be, hunger, movement, whatever. Now, deterioration of the myelin sheath contributes to such diseases as MS, multiple sclerosis, in which there's a lot more of them, but I'm just going to keep them to 3 here for easy viewing purposes. So these are the terminals, these round pieces here, and there. And inside is where the neurotransmitter is kept. They sort of function like this, just hanging out in here until they are sent to the next neuron. So, neurotransmitters. On page 51 of your text, there are a list of more popular neurotransmitters, like serotonin, for example. Okay, dopamine. These are involved in mood and hunger and things like that. So these are the red dots right in there. Sorry. Okay. So what happens when one neuron wants to speak to another, and then thus causing some sort of message to be sent in the nervous system? Well, let's draw here some kind of miniature versions of a neuron, just for demo purposes. What happens here? Okay, and we've got all of this here. The space between the two neurons is called the synapse, sometimes called the synaptic gap or the synaptic cleft. So that would be like right in here, this space, right in here, synapse. Could also be called the synaptic cleft or gap. Either way, it is the space that one neuron transmits its information to another neuron. So the message is sent, it comes out of the terminals, crosses the synaptic gaps, and then hooks on to the receptor sites, the dendrites, right in here of a neighboring neuron. Thus, the message is being sent. Dendrites here. And from there, another message is sent and another message is sent until the person is feeling hungry, having a boost in mood, whatever happens to be the message. In our next lesson, we're going to talk about practical application of this. For example, what happens when we have too much serotonin or not enough?